Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to wish you a happy weekend. For there is a great possibility for great changes, great shifts, great breakthroughs. For there is the moon is sending this blue fire energy, this blue storm. The blue fire is the warmest of all spiritual fire. It is the fire, the first ray, the divine ray, the fire of power. It is the Archangel Michael that conducts the ceremony, and he will burn all that is impure. He will dissolve all the appearances. All that is untrue will be removed from within ourselves. And so we want to thank and be receptive to this blue fire, this electric blue storm of fire, for it is a time where people are going to be made accountable for their action. God will let them know. All those that are working through deception and corruption will be accountable for their action, and a lot of things are going to come up to the surface. I'm going to pull a few cards and discuss some spiritual ideas, and trying to always talk about the spiritual ascension process, as well as some detail on material. This is more physical, earth plane stuff. For we want to keep on breathing this white wind of God, the sacred breath, the white light of God. Continue to breathing it and to breathe it, and to. It is important to allow to work through the sacred breath and to activate that love. For we're not looking for excitement, we're looking for fulfillment. And fulfillment is far more achievable in neutrality and peace, rather than achievement. For the excitement, we're always, most of the time, will eventually die down or bring deception. For when we get something that makes us very happy, it makes us very excited, but it's very short-lived. So it's also Plato that was saying that pleasure can be obtained through vice, and is very short-lived. When virtue is achieved, when happiness is achieved through virtue, but it's very long-lasting. So it is important to welcome each moment, to be still, to learn to stay neutral, and we don't need to find excitement or product that makes us excited or whatever. We want to find this inner peace, and so I'm going to pull a few cards. For we want to activate this consciously, this divine light within our heart. It's the sacred white fire of God. It is our God self. For all of it is God. This is just an experience of forgetfulness. We forgot that we were that divine I am, and so we come to experience certain things. So do not take anything seriously. Just float through it. Stay neutral. Stay happy. Stay positive as much as possible. And whenever there is negative things, it means they need to be integrated, to be released, so we can find this neutrality. And as we ignite this divine fire within the heart, we can ignite the 7 flames within the brain, and it's fueled by this divine. For the brain needs to follow the flows of the heart, and the body will follow. We're going to be able to activate it, but we've never been taught in any school or religion how to fuel our life and energy with life force, with the divine eternal light of God, or to regenerate our body. For all those things are within the potential of human ability. I'm going to pull a few cards with the Angel Tarot. For the situation is doubt, so it's okay to doubt. It's like it's always darkest right before the dawn. So it's not for doubt is a dead center. However, it is like why do we doubt? In essence, it's because the past we've based our future in relationship to what our conditioning in the past. But everything will change, so we can let go of doubt, and then once we let go of that, we have to find forgiveness. We have to forgive ourselves, and for having doubted, and because the doubts will introduce resistance will slow down the process. For everything is coming, but it's all coming on the back of a turtle. It's very, very slow. So if you're in a very comfortable position, it's okay. You're not in a hurry. It's far more comfortable to be in a comfortable situation that makes you not in a hurry. But when you're not in a comfortable situation, you want things to happen fast. And so sometimes we get excited and we missed out on something. But what comes around the situation is intuition. For we are receiving more messages. It's becoming more clear, more obvious. What we see before us is accomplishment for all the manifestation that will result from this work that we've done is because we've done that inner work. So continue to work on yourself. What we have in our subconscious, our distant past, is abundance, is this flow of abundance. For even if the flow of abundance have been interrupted, it is reignited now. It is flowing naturally. And where we are now, we're seeking well-being. It's all about well-being, bien-être. It's all about cultivating this well-being. For that is really what we seek, is to find this point of for the state of bliss. For if you've done meditation for a while or pay attention to the dreams, there's been time where that you find this, you've seen this divine light, or you've been in this blissful state, but it only lasts for a tiny moment, and then we return because our body were not prepared. We need to accustom our body to this great powerful light of heaven. And so, but once you've seen the divine light, you can never forget it. This state of bliss, it's absolute bliss, and it is a permanent state in heaven. While here it is just like drops of water that we're just getting a drop and a drop and a drop until the water will flow. What's coming in the near future is determination. Our will is we're not no longer going to doubt. We're going to have a more determined will towards what we seek to achieve. Where our strength within the situation is action. Is doing the right action. We do not want to act out of ego. We want to act as inspired action. We want to be inspired for that the action comes from intuition. What comes to us from the outside world is a purification. We still continue to ask to be called to purify ourselves. What's in our inner emotion, our hopes and fear, is the meeting, encountering the right people, the right love, the right partners, the right associates, the right friends, or all kinds of new people that can come into our life. And the outcome is justice, is fairness, it is balance, it is all those things that there is a need for restoration, and the Creator has decided this planet will ascend, so there is a need for justice, so that because justice has been gone from the world for a very long time, and so there needs to be, we need to keep the balance, to learn to stay in balance. For we cannot fully appreciate this human perspective because we're going through a process that is difficult, that is we're cleansing and we're eliminating shadows, and we're looking for this point of resolution where we find that freedom. But once we find that point of freedom, we'll realize the process to get there was extremely precious, because once we find the point of freedom, there will be no more process to go through. We will be ascended. And so this is it's not easy to perceive that right now, just from here. For this is a guidance that comes from above. Just as the higher beings also observe that more and more people, millions of people, are now receiving this higher light. So it will change the world, and so I'm going to pull a few cards with the Akash, so that I make a video before I go out exercising. For the highest wisdom is to free ourselves from imprisonment and slavery. For the door has always been open on the vertical access. It is our own hands that imprison us. It is our past. It is our memory. It is our consciousness. So it's about letting go, because we've been in the past we've been imprisoned and enslaved because of our beliefs and ideas. So it's we're conditioned to have this kind of like looking at the world as something dark and something that oppose this light, but in a sense we want to let go of all the needs for creating this opposition in the world, and to tune into the freedom inside. For the highest wisdom will become the farm, the ability to live close to nature, to nourish ourselves, to nourish others. So it's about returning to a more simple way of life as well. What we need to understand is the transport. We need to allow ourselves to be transported, to move into the Paradise Express. It's an express train to heaven. And so we want to, sometimes we need to be seated in the train, and sometimes we need to be the locomotive that pulls out all but whatever, we need to stay on track as much as possible. What we need to do is the lessons and good deeds. for the lessons and good deeds. Everything is teaching us something, and then we are harvesting the good deeds, and the outcome will be a wonderful relationship, a long-term relationship. It's a bride and groom. It's announcing a very a wonderful relationship, a wonderful union. It can be spiritual, but it can also be material for when we find the right partner. It is not a challenging relationship. For we might have met soulmates in the past that but they brought us they showed us all our imperfection, and so the relationships were not so easy, although they were powerful connection in the heart. But now we need to find it's not like we can actually go out and find it, but we need to be ready to receive a partner that will bring joy and acceptation, where whatever imperfection the person has, we'll appreciate it in any event, because it's part of that person, and we won't need to be so self-criticism of the other person. So it will be a relationship that will be quite fulfilling. I feel it coming. And so I wanted to speak about the chakras. We have those 7 chakras, and it's good to feel that we have the power in our wheel, in our base, and the 3 lower chakras that to ignite the flame in the heart, and then to ignite the flame in our third eye, the 7 flames that can activate all the parts of our brain, and to concentrate the light on the crown chakra, to always turn to open, to concentrate your thought always on top of your head, and to imagine like a disc of light. And information can come through that. You breathe in this light of God from the heart chakra, but you can breathe in it also. You also acknowledge that you breathe in it through the bottom of your feet. There is a chakra on the bottom of your feet. You breathe in this light of God that comes from the earth, and then you breathe the light of the white fire soul, the white wind of God, through the palms of your hand. For those are powerful chakras as well that needs to be activated, and this light from the crown to the feet and in the hands, where the more we acknowledge it, the more we are able to see it flowing through us in and out as a process. And so we want to call on the polychromatic light, the full spectrum metatronic light, the 12 rays of creator light, for it is the essence of life. It comes from the creator as a great spiral of energy that expands throughout all things and all kingdom. It is a given, for all is made from that. All is made from those adamantine particles, which used to be called the river of life. And for us, we can perceive it where it comes from source and goes down, but we begin to activate it on the mid part of the 4th dimension, and it flows all the way to the 12th dimension. Then it returns to the great central sun, goes into a Father, Mother, God, and then goes into the multiverse and returns to source. For it is something that we need to connect to this point of the mid upper 4th dimension, and understanding this great spiral is very the spiral that we use for ascending is a much smaller spiral than the great spiral that descends from Creator. We use this small ascending spiral. We activate with pure intent, with love, pure intent, with the sacred breath, and we learn as we grow, as we ascend through this spiral of light. And so also wanted to discuss the fact that many people are professionals and they have to wear masks. For me, I wear it in the transport when I take a bus, but it's extremely uncomfortable. We were created to breathe, and these things just prevent us from breathing correctly. When we don't breathe correctly, our brain doesn't function well, right? So it's if you have no choice and you're doing a job where you have to wear it, but whenever you take a break, there is no danger, viral danger. It's not about spraying viruses or whatever, but do not forget to breathe in the light. For those masks are extremely all will pass, but it's still part of the old programming, and but it is very we were really created as breathers, and those masks were really annoying. I'm not even sure. I'm really glad I don't have to work in a job where I actually have to wear that all day, because I don't think I could do it, but. So it's been announced that the President Trump is going to be the one that's going to create the financial reset around the world. So its final mission, he's going to be re-elected, and that's his final mission, is to free the world, to move from a monetary system that's based on lack to a system that is based on abundance. That's going to clear up the way. Then you will step down, and women will come to to rule the Republic of America rather than the corporate of America right now. And so, this even if the ship, and then that's going to prepare the fact for the ships to come, the extraterrestrial, the timeline has been accelerated as more people are open to the higher light. And so, but even if the ships comes and they arrive and this world, they bring technologies and all kinds of things, they will still it will not. The power is in the hands of humanity. We'll still have to do the inner work. We'll still have to guide humanity. The galactics are not, the ascended master will not do the work for us. They will assist us in bringing technologies that will be able to restore the planet, eliminate poverty, and so on. Cure disease and all kinds of things, but we're gonna need to be doing the work. For the ascension will take a few years, no matter what. But once we're ready, it happens. Look at the Christ or the Buddha; they ascended regardless of what was going on. For the I Am Presence knows once we're ready, we just ascend. It's just we can also ask every night to go into to volunteer, to ask for it. We need to ask for it, to go into the ships, the starships, or to go into the inner earth, into the sacred light chamber, to be cleansed, to accelerate the process of cleansing. For somebody who recommended that, maybe we say he was going to do it for himself in the French video, and so I did that last night. It was, but we don't remember. When we sleep, we don't really know all the things we do. And so also wanted to say that each country, when we look on the TV, we see what's going on. There's so much suffering in the world, so many tyrannies, draconian laws that are, but this is only in 3D. For each country, we'll eventually expurge all that and all have a function of complementarity within the 5D programs of the Earth. So stay neutral, do not get too, there's no need to get involved politically, to stay neutral. And so I'm going to sing a very short song, but it goes like this. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that they're just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that they're just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that they're just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. For sometimes we feel like we live in a world that's inhumane, completely inhumane. Like they don't realize that they have so much money to make wars, but they don't have money to take care of the people, or to protect the environment, or to protect the children, or to educate everybody, or to feed everybody. And when they have, like, they're wasting so much money on so many useless things. But we have to be compassionate and to see it's all part of the perfection of the program. It's not easy to see that all is perfect in relationship to what God wants for us to educate all, and to accept that all is perfect. It's not an easy thing. So the card of the day is the 8 of Michael. You can be free. Have the courage to change the situation, not to see things very clearly. So we're in a buffer zone. We are in a midway point. So we cannot see everything clearly. But we already know certain things we need to do in order, when we can exercise enough courage to shift a little bit. One degree is enough to. Once we change something, like if we have a blue cube, and then we put a red, there is 6 sides, and then one side we transform it, and one side becomes red. So it's not the same blue cube, it's a different cube just because one side has changed. So when we change a little something within ourselves, we change the whole picture of what is. Well, I hope you find this message interesting. Thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.